Alright, hello fellow viewers and welcome back to yet another live stream. And it is Tuesday. Today I thought I should go for the Pokemon Ruby Live Shiny Only Challenge, and I still haven't gotten the roaming Latios to be shiny, so let's change that and let's try that. And we already have people here. Hey there Autobot AI, welcome back to the stream, how you doing? Wish Cash Wednesday? Yeah, that's gonna be tomorrow. Hey there Max Power, welcome back to the stream, how you doing? Happy Tuesday to you as well. And you too Emo Kid, welcome back to the stream, how you doing? Alright. No voice, you don't crack now, please, I'm streaming. So how is everyone doing tonight? I mean, I was doing pretty good today. Even if some stuff just came in between. Like I put James, my friend, I brought him to the airport and he missed his flight, as in his the check-in, by 1 minute, and that was very unfortunate. But I mean, he's got him accommodation, so that's okay. Hey there Smokey Mario, welcome back to the stream, how you doing? And you too 7 Apples, welcome back to the stream, how you doing? Curse you promised Consort Radan. Welcome back Amit, how you doing? I guess I know how you're doing, because this kind of describes what you're going through. Yeah, the missed flight, I mean, it's unfortunate, but we got him a flight for tomorrow, so that should hopefully work out. Hey there Kaiser Karmazin, welcome back to the stream, how you doing? Phone is actively dying, so I'll be here for as long as I can. Always the phone's dying, these poor phones. Of course I'm kidding, but yeah, thank you for the heads up, I guess. And did I forget to set the bike on select again? Yes, of course. I wanted one thing in life and it was this stream. Oh, thank you Autobot AI. Well, you got it. What is happening? Well, thing is, today was the day James was supposed to fly back, and I brought him to the airport, but he missed his flight. Like, the gate closed 1 minute before he arrived, and well, that's very unfortunate. But he got a flight for tomorrow, so there's that, and he got accommodation. You can use a phone charger, yeah, but maybe Kaiser is somewhere where he doesn't have access to a phone charger. I mean, I never know that, right? So yeah, that's exactly what was happening. But other than that, I'm doing good. Had a good day today. James should be here as well soon. It's too bad, maybe someone has a charger they can lend. Well, that depends. Yeah, he has a flight for tomorrow, so that will work. And for the accommodation he doesn't have to pay, so at least there's that. And Amit, the that you posted on Discord, what you baked, that looked really, really nice. But unfortunately I cannot get a bite out of that. Good. Well, I mean, this is Bloodborne after all, and that's... Oh no, not Bloodborne, my bad. Elden Ring. And that is just... You know, Souls games, they are designed to be hard. Dog. Welcome back to the stream, Phantom Fox, how you doing? Going for the dog spam again. Wonderful. Hopefully you're doing good. As for how I'm doing, I'm in a weird headspace. I wanted to ask how that went yesterday with the friend. Of course, you do not have to share that if you don't feel like doing that. But I did have that in mind, and I did worry a bit. And I hope that it went well. As in, as good as something like that can go. I mean, you can't have something like that without any hurt. At least I don't think that is possible. I just hope that that you can have the time and calmness that you need, peace of mind to get over it. And yeah, just saying get over it, that sounds so mean, but that's not what I mean. It's just, as in, you essentially don't, it doesn't hurt as much anymore. Part of me feels free after ending the friendship. Oh, I can absolutely imagine. Another part feels like I just lost something important to me, so I'm in a weird sort of shock state. Oh, I can absolutely imagine that. And yes, like Max Power said, we are here for you, Kaiser. So I hope that you'll feel better soon. The agreement was that we will hopefully be friends again one day, but I'm not sure if we can do that. Maybe if you fall in love with someone else, then that might work. And Phantom Fox is spamming Wall-E for some reason. Is that the movie that you're watching right now? Oh, Wall-E is, I still remember when my niece, when she was like 4 years old, she watched Wall-E and she didn't really understand the ending. At least she thought that Wall-E was dead for good. And she cried so much, it was so hard to calm her down. Like she was actually, it was before bedtime. And she just wouldn't stop crying. Even after we explained and showed, like we rewinded not the tape but the DVD, and we said, look, Wall-E is good, it's all good, he's there, he's back. And she just, I mean, it's a toddler of 4 years, she didn't understand that. No, I felt so bad for Mom, and me were kind of scrambling because she just cried until I think 0, like midnight. Still remember that. I don't think she remembers, but I do still remember that day very clearly. Wall-E, the Pokemon trainer. You were 20% away from killing him. I know how that is. I know how that feels. I mean, that's just a gaming thing that everyone goes through. I can only hope to find someone else. I mean, I'm certain that there is someone else out there that would be a good fit. I mean, there's 8 billion people on this planet, so there has to be at least one. And yeah, as Max Power says, I'm very certain that you will find someone. Yeah, I mean, I understand that things feel grim right now, and when you're feeling that, you just don't see any positives at all. Try to do hobbies to take your mind off of it. Yeah, if that helps. I mean, not everyone is like that, but I do know people who did that and it helped. Have you guys seen the cooking curry in college lecture video? No? Don't think so. Doesn't ring a bell. We'll definitely say that OCD doesn't make it easier to get over. Oh, I can imagine. I mean, I don't have OCD myself. I have family members who have OCPD, and that's pretty, I mean, it's not the same exactly, but it's very, very close. And when something bad happens, they just can't stop ruminating about every single facade or in every single way that you can overthink about something. And yeah, I mean, I always was there to kind of try to ease their mind a bit, but I can imagine how hard that must be. Or when you have ADHD and you get rejected, because ADHD people have that symptom where they really fear rejection, and it just does a number on them, on their psyche. And it's not even their fault, that's just how their brains are wired. I don't even have ADHD, but I've seen it happen, and I believe what they're saying. Hope you have in real life friends that will help you get through it, Kaiser. Yeah, I hope so as well. Or loved ones. That cake I baked for the record I made for my teachers, but I gotta ask a question. Alright, go ahead with your question. And that was for the teacher, nice. It always makes me hungry, it always looks so good. Oh, it's a clip that went viral? Alright. I can't play it now, but I do wonder what the deal is with that. God, I think I'm really trying to not let the winter depression hit me, because now the sun sets around 18 or 6 p.m. and I really don't like that. Do you remember, Jonna, the last 3 ingredients? Unfortunately, yes. The baby oil, is that what you're referring to? Oh, what a meme. Might be neat if this Latios shined. And then after the Latios we could try for well, there's a Rayquaza that I could get. And the Southern Island Latias. I'm assuming sugar, spice, and everything nice. That would be the Powerpuff Girls. Wasn't there at one point Powerpuff Boys? I remember an episode where someone made the boy equivalent. And I think the ingredients were something else. But it was kind of, at least I think so, kind of sexist, because the girl ingredients were all nice things and the boy ingredients were all bad things. It's like, come on. As if men are made out of bad stuff. That's not how this works. I have ADHD and rejection is one of the worst things that can happen. And I eventually ended up closing myself off from all my friends because of it. I understand 7 apples. I mean, I'm not dealing with rejection that well either, even though I have autism and not ADHD, but still. I mean, there's a larger overlap between ADHD and autism. But I completely understand. Rowdy Rough Boys. Oh, I think that's the name. Even with the one was a redhead, one was blonde, and the other one had black hair. Essentially, just someone cloned the Powerpuff Girls and changed the chromosomes to XY or something. They're building another block of flats like right near my house. Oh god, that means that there's not a minute of quiet during the day, I assume. I'm sorry, yeah, that can mess me up as well. That's also a reason why I stream during the night or in the evening, because it's much more quiet. Sometimes you got government workers cutting hedges. And I mean, they're doing their job and it needs to be done. I'm not against them doing that, of course, but you could hear that in the video. Sorry for the yawning, I'm probably gonna do that a lot. Now there's a thing, my teachers, some of them are women, and the cake has my daddy Ahmed special sauce, so if they eat, does that count as shooting the seed? I hope that that's a joke and you didn't put the, you know, inside, because why? It's probably because males make a majority of prison population. I don't know why, but it's like that though. Yeah, I mean, high testosterone or testosterone in general makes you more prone to violent behavior. Oh, the boys were weaker? I don't remember that, but then again, I think it's been what, over 20 years since I've last seen an episode? You're joking, alright. Yeah, I know, but I think there was a case like this, no? In America where someone got sued because he put his semen into food, and here we go again talking about the craziest stuff again. Didn't those Powerpuff Boys put the Powerpuff Girls in a hockey puck and play hockey with it? Okay, I don't remember that. I just remember the remake that they did was really bad. I think they were weaker. Well, the girls were the main characters, so that's why. I just always... I do remember that. And yeah, they were made in prison, weren't they? I think even in a toilet, if I remember correctly, which, come on, I always thought that was mean. As in, come on, boys aren't that nasty. Girls can be nasty as well, unfortunately. Like, that's not a gender thing. Ah, there we go, finally. Alright, let's hope that the Latios is shiny. Hey there, Oddish. I'm crazy but not evil. That's a good thing. Crazy and evil, that's a deadly combination. Now finally the hot chocolate isn't too hot to drink. Alright, that's not a shiny. Going back to Mum's place to watch TV. So if girls had higher testosterone, they would be the majority prison. I never thought of it like that. There is, if you look at the studies, there's a large correlation between testosterone and violent behavior. You can also observe that in animals. For example, elephants are a great example. When they enter must, so that's written or spelled M-U-S-T-H, that's where their testosterone levels spike, and then they just destroy everything in their path. It's a state that they enter when they want to mate, and it's just present in all, or pretty much all animals that have testosterone. And then again, that's why these statistics, you can't just look at statistic and say, okay, that's how we're gonna do it, because you always need the context, and you also need to understand the ramifications. That's why that, what was it again, 13 something, where it's like a right-wing talking point, where they say 13% of people in the US are black, but a certain percentage are in prison or violent, and then they... Essentially their fallacious argument is, oh, see, they are indeed black, and black people are more, or are overrepresented in prison. That must mean that blacks are inherently more criminal, which, no, that's not true. And there's so much things that are not, that you cannot read or just take out of the statistics. And if we go by that logic, then yeah, I mean 99 or 98% of all violent crimes are committed by men. Should we deport all men now? Like, what would that solve? How many good innocent men would be hurt or damaged just because of a policy like this? That's why you always have... It's not enough to look at the what. You have to ask why. I hope that makes sense. You can sit next to two... Oh, wait. What I don't get is how girls are so fake. Not all girls, but most in my class. I sit next to two girls in maths and they were talking about how they don't like a certain girl who I thought they were best friends with. Yeah, that's toxic. You know, toxic masculinity presents in one way. Toxic femininity is like these kinds of mind games and gossiping. Not a fan of it. I wouldn't say most girls are fake because I don't know most girls. I never did that because I always thought that was really mean and unnecessary. But yeah, unfortunately that's what, when girls are toxic, that's what they do. I mean, I've been a victim, so to speak, of that as well, where they just spread rumors about me that were not true. I'm the opposite of violent, can even go near a dog or rooster fighting, must have low testosterone. No, not always. I mean, it's not only the testosterone, it's also your personality, your temperament, how you've been raised, what social class you got born into. There's so many factors that you also need to consider. If that makes sense. Salut Rémi, bienvenue dans mon stream, ça va? Just means they are more poor because they hadn't had the same opportunity. Yes, exactly. It is It is mostly a thing of where you, in which class you were born into. If we deport all men, who will provide the seed for the children? I mean, I don't want to deport all men. I always bring that example up when people say, oh, see, it's 13% are black, but they commit the most crimes. Okay, but what you're actually ignoring is the fact that black people have been subjugated and just been treated really badly by the system for centuries. And while white people had a start ahead in the race of life, so to speak, they didn't, and they have higher odds of growing up in poor neighborhoods, and that's what's explaining it. Like, being poor is a much better indicator of future crime than being black or being a man. Not gonna lie, most friendships in school seem so toxic. That's why I ended up making friends online, and I wouldn't trade them for anything. Yeah, I get what you mean. I mean, there's also so many people back then. I have absolutely no contact with them because why should I? They've been really toxic. Is it possible to have very high testosterone but be extremely sensitive? Yes, of course. I mean, it's not only your hormone. You're not 100% a victim or just a marionette of your hormones. There's also other things to consider, like your temperament, your personality, how developed the empathy region of your brain is. I mean, my husband never got his testosterone tested, but I wouldn't say he's low testosterone and he's very empathetic. J'ai perdu Shiny Rolls car il a utilisé téléport sur... Oh non! Oh non! Oh, ça c'est dommage. Ça c'est vraiment dommage. Je suis désolée, Rémi. Ça c'est vraiment dommage. Mais écoute, en décembre, donc le mois prochain, je vais faire une vidéo ou un stream où je vais donner des shiny ou des Pokémon chromatiques gratuits. Murphy's Law, what do you want? What do you want from me? Oh, now it's working apparently. What is this? This is very weird. Oui, mais sur Argent, j'ai eu Bellsprout et Zubat Shiny. Oh, wow. Ça sont les Bellsprout. Donc, l'évolution, tu as évolué avec une pierre ou pas? Parce que tu as deux choix. Donc, Bellossom ou l'autre, où j'ai oublié le nom. Alright, not a shiny, so we reset. Hey there, Jeremy. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Yeah, they're supposed to be for roosters, yep. Not that kind of, you know. Alright, so it seems to work now again. I don't know what that was. Internet is working. But for some reason, I don't know, Murphy's Law is really harsh on me today. Yes, I was speaking French just now. I have some viewers from France or from Germany, and when I usually answer in the language that they type. I feel like ever since I realized I was trans, I felt like the symptoms, what people say taking AHD does, like emotionally, despite not taking that, it's weird. Oh yeah, there's a lot of studies where trans people actually have all the symptoms, so to speak, or just the attributes of the gender they identify as. Ah, en oui, Pinbell. Ah, d'accord. You're braver than me. I shy away from cockfighting. I think the cockfighting he was referring to was something else. Oh no, wait. There we go, select. Did I just will estrogen into brain or something? Well, there's a lot of evidence to suggest that trans people actually, like, the brain inherently apparently knows that it's supposed to be the other gender. There's a lot of studies on that. Unfortunately, all of it is pretty recent, and I'm saying this because we had a lot of knowledge on transsexuality back then, but the Nazis burned it. Also about homosexuality, they burned that to delete it from history, but of course, as with science, it doesn't matter if you delete it, eventually it's gonna get rediscovered again. It's very interesting. I suggest getting it, at least maybe reading a bit of it. It's very fascinating. Tu les donnes sur quel jeu, les shiny en décembre? Donc ça dépend. Est-ce que tu as une Switch avec Pokémon Home? Donc ça sera une possibilité. Sinon, il y a sur 3DS, on peut aussi faire le troc. Ou oui, sur les jeux Pokémon modernes sur Switch. Tu as eu un traumatisme? Oh! Oh là là, c'était quoi? Traumatisme, ça c'est dur. Do you ever get the feeling of regret or sadness from being born too sensitive? I used to, yes, but am I really too sensitive? I mean, I think that we need more sensitive people because we have way too many people that just don't care at all, and that's not what the world needs right now. Oh, sur 3DS. Donc les serveurs de Nintendo, ils sont plus là. Donc tu dois soi-disant hacker ton 3DS. Un peu comme jailbreak sur iPhone. Et puis il y a un truc qui s'appelle Pretendo. Donc tu dois utiliser ça pour le troc sur 3DS. Trying to find a flag that looks like the French flag but isn't the French flag for no reason in particular. Anyone want to help? I mean, the Dutch flag is the French flag, but like put 90 degrees to its side. But there's other flags that are also very similar. Oh crap! I should know this. Oh, traumatisme à cause du harcèlement. Oh, ça c'est. Je suis vraiment désolée pour toi, mais moi j'ai aussi. Et je parle d'une façon ouverte parce que moi je pense que c'est vraiment important d'y parler, que ça ne serait pas un tabou, parce qu'un tabou ça ne sert à rien du tout. Mais oui, j'ai ça aussi. Je sais comment ça c'est horrible. Et j'espère que ça devrait mieux. We do need more sensitive people. A lot of people have told me I'm too kind, and all I gotta say is, would you rather me be mean? Yeah, exactly. Like, what do you want me to be, an a-hole or something? Shouldn't we imagine a world where everyone was kind? That would be so much better. That would be so much preferable over what we have now. Like, is that supposed to be a take that? Is that supposed to be a gotcha? No. That's actually telling on the people, like they're telling on themselves, no? It's not too bad for you. If you're a man, you're beta for being anxious of things like animal fighting. No, you're not a beta, that's just so much nonsense. What a lot of these Andrew Tate idiots don't realize is that the alpha beta wolf thing, that social dynamic, the guy who made the study actually came out and apologized because the study wasn't well done, as in the methodology wasn't really good and it was flawed. And why do people still use that? You're not a beta for being anxious about animals being in pain. That's a good thing. That means you have empathy. That means you care about animals. If you don't care about animals, that's like a huge red flag. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. That's just like a no-go. One thing about me is that like I never get angry at people. Some people think that's weird. Well, in a way that is weird because while I understand that being too angry or just filled with anger daily is a problem, or just having anger issues in general, anger is has its time and its place. If someone wrongs you, you should allow yourself to be angry. You shouldn't just swallow these or just bottle up these feelings. That's just gonna bite you in the butt later. Not saying you should be more angry, but if someone really hurts you, like for example you're trans and someone is really being very bad or transphobic to you, you have every single right in the universe to be angry. Every single right. And do not let anyone tell you otherwise. Isn't that the next generation, Generation Beta? Yeah, should be. The babies that are born now and growing up now, the kids, that's Generation Alpha. So I assume the next generation is Beta. And then I guess it goes Gamma, Delta, and so on and so forth through maybe the whole Greek alphabet. Please do not refer to Andrew Tate with that first name. Thank you and have a great day. Should I refer to him as the lesser Andrew? Would that be better? Like, you know, my husband's name is Cameron, and there's some messed up Camerons out there, and I always say the lesser Cameron, because they're not the good Cameron. I mean, that doesn't mean I can't take a stand, I just never really get physically angry. Okay, that is interesting, but, well... It is somehow good that you don't really let yourself get consumed by anger, but... As I said before, there are definitely times where anger would be appropriate. Just like sadness would be appropriate. And I think that's a problem with a lot of men today. Not blaming them, I'm blaming the people who raise them. As in, they just get raised to bottle up their feelings and not talk about it, and that's just really toxic. Because you need to do introspection, you need to feel certain things, to experience certain things, especially when you're growing up, because that's when your brain makes the connections and neuronal connections, geez, that you really need later in life. And I think because we just don't encourage that in boys, that's why they have problems later on. Not saying boys are inherently bad at that, I don't think so. If anything, a lot of science is hinting towards the fact that male and female brains might actually not be that different. It's a lot of nurture, not nature. Of course, nature does play a component. I think it's because the olden days men were hunters that killed animals to provide for the family. Well, that's actually wrong. If you go into the science or just the history of Homo sapiens, both genders went hunting. It wasn't just the men, that's actually a misconception. And you didn't need to be a super strong girl either way, because we had weapons, we had spears, we could throw things. Just other apes cannot throw things as good as we can, because of their arm length and body ratio. So you didn't need to be super strong. You know, 20 gals or 15 girls could just throw enough spears and then the mammoth would be done for. So you don't need to be a super buff dude for that. Of course, that would be a massive advantage. I'm not saying that wouldn't be an advantage, but just the idea or the saying that it was men who only hunted and not women, that's not true. And that's also like not the case in any, not that I can think of any other mammal that has dimorphal sexual characteristics. Like with lions, lionesses are usually the ones that hunt. I would prefer the name of Andrew not be tainted by him. Now a bad Yana has to go around and then taint my name. Oh well, I hope not. I mean, that doesn't mean I can't take a stand, I just never really get physically angry. Okay, that's interesting. The next generation will be Generation Sigma for all the Sigma males, or the Ligma generation. Oh no, that means that if I have a kid, they'd be Generation Beta. Depends on what year they'd be born. And it depends on when you have a kid. Could be Generation Gamma as well. Who knows? They're not bottling my anger up, I just don't really get angry much at all. Well, in a way that's good. Le Rolls Tarsal, oui, ça c'est le nom français. Shiny, c'est le premier shiny que j'ai loupé. Ah, oh, ça c'est dommage. Oui, il y a des temps où ça... Oui, ça c'est toujours un risque avec Tarsal. Grâce au téléporte. Ou téléportation, je pense, c'est le nom français de l'attaque. Are you sure? I think you're thinking of lions. I know female lions hunt. Yeah, I'm very sure. Oh wow, that was really quick. The Latios is already there. Second species earned how to throw a rock, they won evolution. Yeah, pretty much. We could throw, like if you look at apes throwing, they just can't throw like we can. Because of the way we are built. No, that's also not true, Max Powers. Men can also be nurturers. I mean, there's a lot of that. You can find that. I think what university was it again? Where they recently released like a very large paper on exactly that. Oh, I forgot the university. Generation Beta is from 2025 to 2040. Alright, well in that case, yeah, usually, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh wait, let me do something. Reset, do the bike thing, then I don't have to do that over and over and over again. Oui, en plus j'avais un Pokémon provoque, mais pas devant. Oh non. Oh, ça c'est vraiment dommage, mais oui, ça c'est la raison pourquoi j'ai provoque sur mes Pokémon. Il y a aussi des autres façons de rater un shiny. Alright, and then I'm gonna reset again. Yeah, apes can't stand well and throw something, they lose their balance, and we are the best apes when it comes to swimming. Like other chimps and other apes will drown in water because of where the center of gravity is located. If you had a choice, would you rather have a Generation Alpha or Generation Beta child? I wouldn't care. I mean, to be fair, Generation Alpha, wouldn't that be a bit too late now? I'd have to churn out a kid before 2025, and that's not possible. I'm very certain that I'm not pregnant right now, so that's not doable. But I wouldn't care what generation my kid would be part of. I mean, I try to raise them as I think would be correct. Imagine using your hands to throw things, just do telekinesis. Oh yeah, that would be... I mean, sometimes I wish I could do that, but maybe it's a good thing that doesn't exist. If you think about the bad consequences that could happen. Oh, you're kind of angry now? Congratulations, you just exploded that guy next to you. You exploded his intestines. And now he's bleeding to death internally. Something like that. Imagine, yeah, I mean, that's why I'm saying, isn't it a good thing that psychic Pokemon or just Pokemon aren't real? We'd be dead. At least I'm very certain. Not to mention we are the smartest species of ape, yeah, but we're certainly not acting like we are sometimes. I think you became pregnant in the next 2 months, it'd be Generation Alpha. But you said it started at 2025, which is in 2 months. That's very close. And I don't, like, becoming pregnant is not on my mind right now. Can barely afford myself. How in the hell am I going to afford a kid now? Like, without a job? No. That would be very, not only impractical, but irresponsible as well. I mean, accidents happen, sure. And I never judged women if they had accidents. Oh, there is a cutoff, okay, but still, like, let's say I get pregnant now, then I'd have to wait at least, let's say, 7 months if it's a premature baby. And that, I think that would go past the cutoff date. Millennials... Oh, yeah, the millennial thing, the cutoff date is really very much contested. I am a millennial because I was born in 1994 and I do still remember the passing of the millennium. So I remember New Year's Eve of 1999 going to 2000. My husband is born in 1996. He doesn't remember that. But some papers say he is a millennial and some say he's an old Gen Z, but honestly, like culturally and just how he thinks, he's much more millennial than a Gen Z person. Sur Pokémon Argent, le Zubat Shiny était pas voulu. Oui, bah ça c'est toujours une surprise avec les Shiny, non? Mais il est trop fort et en plus j'en avais besoin pour replacer Noctal pour vol. Ah, tu as donc un Crobat comme moi? Ou c'est toujours un Zubat? Parce que Crobats en Shiny, ça c'est vraiment... J'adore. Bah c'est en rose. Moi j'adore le rose. It's debatable that humans are even the smartest species. Really what differentiates us from other species are opposable thumbs which let us write advanced communication like language. Oh wait, yeah, okay, that was not... And our neocortex. If dolphins and elephants had those things, who's to say they wouldn't be smarter? Or crows. Crows are really smart. They have a really high brain to body mass ratio. Pretty sure I was born like 2 months early, so that's cool, I think. I was exactly on time, and my siblings were premature, but not by much. And nowadays, being born premature is not, or sometimes they say preemie. That's not as much of a problem as it used to be. Crobat Shiny, oh, ça c'est super. Donc il t'aime, il t'adore, ou elle, je sais pas si c'est une fille ou un garçon. Again, it's a cut-off, 2025 is not a hard limit. But yeah, I wouldn't care what generation they were part in. What I would care is the kid being happy. That's what I care about. Fun fact, 23 million Americans believe that chocolate milk comes from brown cows. Yeah, that's just so... I mean, that's a thing that you believe when you're 6 years old. Wonder if you're born premature, you won't develop your full potential. That used to be the case, but nowadays, when a baby gets born prematurely, they hook you up to machines and they give you infusions that help make you develop normally. So today that's not an issue right now because of science. Thank you, science. Ah, there we go. Alright, let's see. Come on, Latios. You know, it would be cool if YouTube ads on streams, like, it would give a warning, like, ad coming up in 2 minutes. Oh, it doesn't do that. Okay, that's really stupid. You could play it early, not having to be... Yeah, I mean, doesn't that interrupt certain times? Yeah, or certain moments? I'm sorry about that. I mean, I guess I could turn the monetization off. It's set to medium now. Je voulais faire monter le bonheur de Evoli quand je l'ai trouvé. Oui, Evoli, donc il y a... donc tu voulais avoir ou recevoir un Montali ou l'autre Noctali, est-ce que ça c'est le nom français de Umbreon? Je pense que c'est Noctali, si je me trompe pas. Mais je sais que l'autre évolution c'est Montali. Noctali, oui, ah d'accord. I mean, parrots and corvids do have the highest neuron density of any vertebrates. Yes, true. So they could also be the smartest in the wild. Crows and ravens even appear to have some form of societies. I mean, I've been feeding the crows for next year. It's gonna be 2 years. They know where I live. They know where my parents live. They know my car. They sometimes know my schedule. And they come looking for me. I'm not kidding. Like, I see them every day, basically. And they always come looking for me, look what I'm doing. When I'm driving on the highway, when a crow drives above me, flies above me, not drives. They unfortunately can't drive, but imagine a crow in a car. They just like brake mid-air to check, and they're like, "Oh, that's that human," and they come really close as well. Like they're really, they trust me a lot because, well, I've been feeding them peanuts for a long time, and also I've been feeding them, you know, those pieces of the pieces of meat that you can't really cook because it's too gamey. But I don't want to throw meat away. That feels really wrong. An animal died so I could be nurtured, and that feels so wrong. I never wanted to throw away meat. And then I give it to them. I put it on the outside window sill. And like in a couple of seconds it's already gone. And they always check if I'm at home. It's really cute. And I mean, they gave me I actually got a gift from the crows. One crow dropped a half of a walnut shell for me. And I still have that with me because I know it's just a walnut shell. Isn't really of any use. But just a wild animal giving me something. That's just so wonderful. I'm cherishing that little walnut. What if your Gen Beta kid got bullied by Gen Alpha kids for being Beta? I would tell them that he or she should tell them they're Ligma. Or Alpha as in software development, an unstable version that's not fit for release. Or you want to support my channel? I mean, thank you, but I do get it that ads are annoying. Just saying that would be nice if YouTube did that. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I have premium, that's why I don't get ads. But I'm baffled that they didn't think of that, honestly. That makes perfect sense. Je vais me coucher, j'ai lycée demain. D'accord, Rémi, je comprends. Merci d'être venu dans mon stream et peut-être à demain. Donc, bonne nuit. If I don't beat Promised Concert Radan in 2 weeks, I'm donating my... Aha. I wouldn't do that bet if I were you. Or you're gonna get rid of that part of your body. Unless you want to get rid of that, but fortunately kids bully each other for all sorts of stupid or innocuous... Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've seen it firsthand, absolutely. Like, you can be beautiful and smart and a good person, a good kid, and you'd still be a potential bullying target. That's very unfortunate. Crows can recognize faces and appear to understand that humans use shiny and green objects to trade with other humans. It's kind of crazy they can think somewhat abstractly like that. Yeah, doesn't their reasoning skills is on par? Apparently it's on par with a 7-year-old kid. Which is crazy. But, yeah, I've definitely noticed. Like, they follow me, they know my car. I always see some kind of crow somewhere staring at me. I can't go outside without hearing at least 1 minute in some cawing somewhere. And then the crow is like, oh, I spotted her. But to be fair, I'm very easy to spot. You don't need to be a crow. I mean, I usually wear fuchsia, magenta, pink. And I have very long blonde hair, so it's not like I'm not easy to find, but these silly little burbs, they make my world go round. It's so wonderful. It's like therapy to me. Just feeding them, and now they come really close. I'm trying to see if eventually they're gonna land on me and I can feed them by hand. But they come really close. Like, they also land on my car right now. As in, they trust me enough. And I can... Sometimes I got spooked because one was standing right behind me, like right behind my foot. And I wasn't used to crows being that close. But I also have a call that I only make for the crows. Thought it was younger, but still very impressive. Yeah, true. Hey there, Kenox. Welcome back to the stream. What you're saying what the F? I was asking how you're doing, but what are you saying what the F for? Because of the crow overlords? I need my cock. I gave it to you. I know it's better than to receive. Oh, the topics that we discussed tonight again. No, for those primitive African tribes with no technology, do you know if the men or women hunt or both? Both. Yeah, and there's even some African tribes where women are have the say. But then again, I don't think any gender should have the say alone. I think we should not even look at gender when it comes to that. I want the most competent person to rule, not the girl or the boy. I don't care about that. It's really funny with the crows. I have certain spots where I feed them, and when they see the my car driving, then they already know what's gonna happen. Because of what Ahmed said. Yeah, that does warrant a WTF, that's true, Kenox. I have Bulbasaur. I also have Bulbasaur. Hey there, Fat Boys Gaming Nonsense. Welcome back to the stream, how you doing? I gotta love GameCube music. I think James might be asleep now, but hey, he deserves it. It was really unfortunate with the plane and the gate just closing 1 minute before he arrives. I mean, what the hell? There was a huge traffic jam in Luxembourg again. I swear, in Luxembourg, when there's one accident on the highway or motorway, then the whole country is in shambles. Matriarchal or governed by women first and men second. Yeah, that also exists. I mean, with bonobos, our closest relative in the animal kingdom, they are actually, you know, they are matriarchal and not patriarchal. Bulbasaur. Oh, Kenox. No. Bulbausi? Is that not what you're gonna say? I really need a horny jail. But yeah, I don't want any gender to be the ruling gender. I want competent, loving, empathetic people to rule, not because they are a certain gender. That doesn't mean anything. You can have wonderful men and really evil women. I mean, evilness is not a gender thing. Hey there, Classic. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Again, happy birthday for yesterday. I hope you had a nice birthday. Hope you had fun. And yes, chat is very quirky again. As always. Might as well mention it again, since we have a lot of concurrent viewers now. I will not be able to stream on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, maybe Sunday, although I doubt it. I don't think I'll be back home soon enough. Anyways, I'm gonna head out and take a nap. I'm sleepy. Thanks for the stream as usual. Alright, Kaiser, thank you for being part of the stream. do take that nap if you're sleepy. You need it. And I hope you enjoy your nap and see you tomorrow. Maybe male animals are bigger and stronger because they'd be killed if they were weak. Yes. But it's not always, not with every species where males are larger. Like with spiders, for example, it's the females who are the strong and big ones. So it really depends on the species. They won't kill the female and children. Reminds me of male lions killing each other to rule. Oh yeah, sometimes they kill other cubs so that their genes will be spread, which, I mean, it's sad, but unfortunately nature, you know the Family Guy bit, damn nature you scary. Yep. Omniverse Susigen. Alright, Latios, come on. I know hyena females are the... Yeah, with hyenas, for example, it's usually matriarchal, exactly. There's other female mammals where they are the larger one, but I can't think of an example. And there's some animals where there's almost no difference in the sexes. They almost look the same. Like a lot of birds, not a lot of birds, but like ravens, crows, talking about them. It's really hard to sex them because you really need to know what you're looking for. I mean, right now, because I did a lot of research on crows, because I wanted to befriend them, and well, that was a success. I now know that male crows have more floofy feathers on their neck, and they're usually a bit taller or bigger. Female hyenas have pee-pee. Well, not a pee-pee, but they, let's say, apparently their clitoris is really big. So that's a fun fact. Why are men bigger and stronger? Because they fight other men. It's not for the prey necessarily. And yeah, they fight other men. Doesn't have to be the prey. Not all animals are large to or gender in a specific animal. Oh, sorry about that. I'm gonna, as I said before, yawn a lot, I think, today. Oops. No, I don't want to see Kyogre. That's not what I need right now. Sure, you were tasked for hunting and killing a chicken. Your husband, brother, and cousin would do a slightly better job. I mean, yeah, because they're stronger than me. True. But that doesn't mean, I mean, there's a reason why humans don't bite the necks of their prey, because we don't need that. We evolved opposable thumbs and hands in order to craft our own weapons. So, I mean, if you give me a weapon, I'm probably as efficient in hunting animals as any other guy. Holy F. It's true, Keenox. It definitely is true. It's like a very quirky fun fact. Yana more like Yana. That's a good one. Smoke pussy. Everyone getting usit now. It's too late. Exactly, so why weren't ancient male hunters the primary hunters? I mean, I'm not saying they weren't the primary hunters, it's just that the notion that is commonly held that women did not hunt is wrong. We also hunted in groups, just like raptors, for example. That way you could hunt and bring down a large animal like mammoths. Because, I mean, one man against a mammoth, I mean, the man is gonna be dead. But, like, 15 humans against one? They all have big stones and spears. Yeah, that mammoth is gonna go down. Oh no, I'm a flare spion now. Well, yeah, you're a flare spion. Now, I didn't know you had a shiny Argentinian. A shiny Argentinian? Sorry, I don't get the joke. With the nose now, or like the nose pass that I send out? Cleopatra? Is that what you mean? Oh, sorry. There we go. Let's see if this is Flare Spionusi. Nose pass, yep, okay. Is there a thing with Argentinians being known for large noses? I didn't even know that. Is that like a stereotype? Or maybe there was a misunderstanding. Early, I meant ancient men were the primary hunters and the women the primary nurturers, not like the men never took care of the kids. Yeah, that's also like everyone took care of the kids. That's actually really interesting if you go back and you look up how we lived in communities, and there's a reason why mothers nowadays are just really stressed, because it's not normal for the mom to be the only one who cares for the kids. You know, it takes a village to raise a kid. Yeah, that's true. Future second admin. It's a joke in Latin America that Argentinians have large noses. Oh wow, I learned something new. That I did not know. But then again, I'm not from Latin America. Oh, by the way, the place you moved to, is it better? I hope so. But as in ancient men, you mean like Homo habilis or Homo erectus? Like very early hominids? There's also no evidence to suggest that it was only males hunting. Finally got back into roleplay. My mastermind hell ruling, earth-destroying birdman rises once again. You have a earth-destroying birdman and you didn't even tell me? That's rude. It's better and free, just gotta find a job. Good luck on that. Oh, so you got free accommodation? That is really sweet. This is why I feel like less of a man for being so sensitive for animals. No, you shouldn't, Max. You shouldn't. Absolutely not. I think actually that makes you more of a man, honestly, in my eyes. But, I mean, I have a knack, I have a personal weakness for empathetic men. That's why I'm with my husband, because he is very much like that. Like, there's nothing more unattractive than a man with no empathy. At least to me. Checker Knights from Kirby's Air Ride. I love that song. Right. Come on, Latios. Latinos. So yeah, if I get the Latios this stream, then it'd be interesting to see what we're gonna go for next. This is the post game after all, so I could be going for the Rayquaza, but I could also be going for the Southern Island Latias, and I think I'm gonna let you guys decide. Wait, why does it only display top chat? I just want live chat. No, logically I shouldn't, but emotionally I am. I can't control how I feel, even if I don't want to feel like less of a man. Yeah, I understand, Max Power. And it's hard getting rid of thought patterns like these, but I'm reinforcing them, as in I'm reinforcing that you shouldn't. I think it helps when you hear someone else say that. Or at least I think so. Like all these Andrew Tate guys, yeah, that's not really manly in that way. Like they're just really insecure, and it shows. I'm even more sensitive about animals than some women. Well, that's the women's fault, honestly. I mean, how can you not be sensitive for an animal? I mean, that's just empathy. Birdman runs a company that operates in hell and earth. He's basically a businessman, but add in the illegal activities with a sense of strategy and controlled crime. Jeez. Runs a business in hell? I hope they have good AC down there. Hey Yana, have you heard of Pokémon Infinite Fusion? No, I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that. It's a great game and I think you should definitely try it. Oh really? I've never heard of that ever before. I wonder what that is. I wonder what that viewer is. Like I think it was Letizia or something? She never appeared again. No, the women are sensitive too, but I'm even more sensitive if you understand. Not like a normal man, but I think that men not being sensitive nowadays or empathetic, I don't think that's the norm. I think that's taught. At least I believe it is. Like, I also don't like that notion that men are inherently less empathetic. I think that paints a really bad picture of men, and it's unfair to them. And this Andrew Tate talk about being alpha is getting lots of traction, not being gender beaten. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the younger guys voted for Trump as well, which is like, oh dude, have you not heard of World War II? Have you not heard about voting against your interests? Oh well. The subreddit, do you know the subreddit leopards ate my face? It's like you voted for the leopards ate my eating faces party, but I didn't think they would eat my face. Well, too bad, they would, and they will. Being normal is overrated anyways, absolutely. Why be a normie when you can be special? Okay, still no shiny Ratiosu. The Latios was really quick in Sapphire. I actually feel really bad for men nowadays. I mean, they don't really have a environment, like the way they get socialized. You know, as a girl or growing up as a woman, as a girl, you're expected to have a circle of friends or family or loved ones that you can talk about your emotions or your shortcomings, and you're actually encouraged to look for solutions together. And if you can't find a solution together, you're at least encouraged to be there for one another, and men just don't have that support system, and I feel really bad for them. I actually believe they deserve much better. Reject modernity, return to lamp. You know, go build a time machine, go back when the first fish walked on the ground above water, and then just say, no man, it's just effed up beyond that point, go back now. I don't blame other men for being less sensitive than... I know it's just evolution, survival of the fittest. I wouldn't say that's evolution. I think that's a very recent development, actually. Especially when you look at history. Although, yeah, it depends also on the era. But all I'm saying is, I don't... And I said that already, that being evil and really aggressive is not the best strategy after all, at least not in the long term. If you look into game theory, it's actually the lit for that, and being kind is actually much better. Legit? Classic. Men have higher probability of being a victim of violent crime, and many women don't care about that. I mean, I do care about that, and that is sad. And they also have a higher likelihood of committing, you know, self-deletion. I refuse to say unalive, that just sounds so stupid. And, I mean, that is really sad, and we need to talk about men's mental health more. But, you know, Men's Day, or International Men's Day, is pretty soon. It's like this week, the 17th November. This is why I have friends online, that I have support system online. True, but doesn't it sometimes feel a bit lonely when you don't... Oh, not nice. Already here. That you don't see them in person? Or maybe not. I mean, the threshold of what people need is really different. Don't think it's recent. Go back a few decades, we have men going in war with World War II. When I mean recent, I mean the last 500 years. Sorry, I should have specified. Gladiators, go back further, we have men hunting mammoth. Well, I already established I don't think that's true. I mean, they did hunt mammoths, but not only men. And I mean, some cultures, like a lot of African tribes, and also the Nordic folk, they had women in war as well. They didn't. The Vikings didn't care. They just put you. Were you strong? Yes. The gender didn't matter. If you were strong, you'd go to war. And also Amazonian women. That's like a tribe where only the women went to war. For many probably, but luckily for me it doesn't feel lonely. Well, then you're really lucky. That's good. Although I do wish that you have real life contacts like that as well. I think everyone deserves that. Oh, Latios. Bro, F modernity, we should go back hunting mammoths. The thing is, Keenox, there's no more mammoths. We kind of made them go extinct. But we can hunt the closest relatives, that would be elephants. But then again, we don't, like, at the point that we're now, we don't even need to hunt for animals. We have livestock in the millions or the billions. And you don't need, like, my daily life is just so freaking different than the daily life of a cave woman. Because she had to pick berries and go hunt in a group. So she had food on the table. And she probably, by my age, either she was dead by an infection or just an accident or illness. Or I would have had, I don't know, like tons of kids. Some of them already dead. And, oh, okay, Eontimer. And nowadays, I mean, I don't have to do that. I don't have to go foraging for berries. I go to the supermarket and everything I need is there. Which is definitely not the reality they were living. I never got the chance to see an F14. Oh, you want to see... Where could you see an F14 in real life, though? Oh, Keenox wants to bring mammoths back just to hunt them again. Imagine. Thing is, it was really resourceful how they lived. They used the whole of the mammoth. Like, they used the ivory for stuff. They used the fur for clothes. They used the fat for cooking. They used the meat, obviously. I think on average men are much less sensitive than women. That's why I said I am rare. Yes, on average that might be the case. Like, if I ask a random guy on the streets if I ever got into a street fight or physical fight as an adult, they'd say yes, I have never. That's not a good thing, though. I mean, street fights are really risky. People underestimate that. Like there's a specific case in Germany that always keeps coming to mind, where someone gets into a street fight and he got hit on the head and then he became paralyzed because of that. That's not a neat thing. I don't want men to fight. I just want them to coexist peacefully with us women and any other gender. Used to being alone, nothing new to me, but some people can't stand 5 minutes without attention. Yeah. There also was a time where I was pretty much friendless. I have family, that's all I had. And somehow I pulled through, even though that wasn't really that nice. I do need friends though. Alright, let's see if this time, hopefully. It's just unfortunate. I feel bad for men. I mean, I think this needs to be discussed as well. I mean, sure, women... I mean, there's that dialogue, how hard we have it in certain aspects in life. But that doesn't mean that if you are the, let's say the stronger sex, so to speak, that doesn't mean that they don't have problems. And I'll actually, if I have kids, I always set that as a goal. I don't want, like if my boy cries, my son, I won't say, oh, be a man. Like, no, let him cry. That's how my mom did it. Like, she didn't do a difference. Like, yeah, just let them handle the emotions. That's important. Driving is also risking, true. And that's where men... You know, the stereotype of women being bad drivers? Well, I don't know. Testosterone makes you more risk-prone. And men get in much more accidents or at a much higher rate than women. Anything can happen, but most fistfights are just guys going at each other a little bit and making up when it's over. Well, I hope so. I mean, street fights, I would assume they fight until someone is on the ground, which doesn't end there. Sometimes they just kick in the head, which is really bad because do not underestimate head trauma. That can mess you up for life. Some even fight just for fun. I've never done any of this stuff. Feel abnormal some days. That's a good thing. You shouldn't get into fights, max power. Why do I hear people saying women are not good drivers? Because of stupid stereotypes? Street fights are boring? Okay. Ew. Alright, Kinox. You do your ew. Watch some and been in some. Oh boy. Just annoying? Okay, you say that's just annoying when it can be life-threatening? I wonder where the stereotypes comes from. Yeah, same. Yesterday's stream, James and I discussed where the blonde being stupid stereotype comes from. I think that's from the character of Marilyn Monroe. Funnily enough, she wasn't a real blonde. She dyed her hair. Making out. Okay, just typing making out in caps. Oh, you think that's annoying, being life-threatening? That's an interesting, that's an interesting definition of annoying, but you do you, classic. Ah yes, Sonic Adventure music never fails. Heard when it comes to driving, the best men are better than the best women, but the worst men are worse than the worst women. Okay, where did you get that from? I wouldn't say I'm a fantastic driver, but I do try to try to be as good as I possibly can. And I've never gotten into an accident, and the near accidents I managed to react in time. Which today, again, there was a traffic jam and then someone just basically cut me off and I had to brake really quickly. Luckily my reaction time wasn't too bad. Oh, the Irene Knox main B used to pick on me for being blonde, calling me dumb, and she's dumb enough to be controlled by such a maggot. Jeez. I mean, that is really wrong. I mean, imagine telling someone they're stupid because of a hair color. Like, that's not like... It's not like you can control that. That's just how you're born. And imagine if things were turned around, you'd say dark skin means stupid, then it would be racist. I mean, both my dad and grandpa are not that great drivers. Let me guess, they drive a BMW? I'm just kidding. Alright, let's see. Nope. I would say I'm a better driver than my husband, though. He would agree. But I have to say, I like driving, actually. I think it's stimulating to my brain. I like constantly analyzing where it goes. I have that from my mom. My mom likes driving as well. My dad, not so much. I drove so many kilometers today. Like over 100, definitely. If not, maybe 200. Maybe not 200, but 160 for sure. I don't want to throw myself flowers, but I'm far from dumb. I get what you mean. I mean, I'm blonde and I wouldn't say I'm stupid. You guys know how to drive? Yeah, since 2016, and I was a late bloomer when it came to getting my license. I mean, it was like in my 20s when I got it. I know people who got it very closely after turning 18. If your son was less sensitive than the average man, would you change him? If your son was more sensitive... Oh, you just said that twice, but well, change him, I don't know. It might also be a character thing. And I don't feel it's my right to change a character. Except maybe if it was really problematic. Well, like, my cousin is really not sensitive, but he's not an a-hole, if that makes sense, so I don't mind him not being sensitive. Hey there, Kyo Place. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? I'm not allowed to drive to my disabilities. Oh. Fortunately, I'm in a place where I don't really need a car. Being near Berlin just has that benefit. Well, yeah, that is a massive benefit. If you live somewhere where you don't need to rely on a car. Letztes Mal, als ich in Berlin war glaube ich 2010. Und das war mit einer Klasse, die ich nicht mochte. Ich muss Berlin nochmal eine Chance geben, aber ich muss sagen, ich muss mal Geld haben, um dahin zu gehen. Also von Luxemburg nach Berlin dauert es so 7 Stunden, 8 Stunden mit dem Auto. Mit dem Flugzeug will ich nicht dahin, ich mag Fliegen gar nicht. That's what I meant. I'm too sensitive, but if I become less sensitive, that doesn't mean I would be an a-hole. Yeah, you don't need to be. Absolutely. You found a shiny gibble last night? Nice! What is the nature? I mean, the unfortunate part is if you evolve it, then the shininess is gonna suck. I mean, the Garchomp one. But that's a really neat shiny though. I mean, you got a shiny, that's what counts. My local grocery store somehow got really popular on Reddit and YouTube because they have a backpack ban sign. Oh, those were those memes. Okay, that explains some memes that I saw. What's with the backpacks though? Did they did people use them to steal? Because lately, I think it was on Monday, no, not on Monday, on Sunday, where James, my friend, he went into a gas station to buy something, and they asked him to open up his backpack and show the contents because they probably thought he was gonna steal, which is sad. But I mean, James is not the person to steal. Oh, it's a jolly one. That's a pretty good nature. Yeah, Garchomp Shiny needs a remake or rework, absolutely. To be fair, the Mega becomes pink, so there's that. But still, that doesn't really make it that much better. I just don't understand why that shiny. I mean, they should have just kept it like the pre-evolutions, in my opinion. That worked. It's like not that much of a change, but it's much better than whatever the hell the last one is. I mean, you need a microscope to see the difference. And don't you want to kind of have bragging rights when you have a shiny? No, you want to show it off. Yeah, the location of that store is on a rather high crime location. Well known for having shrug deals on the parking lot. So they close the front door and ban backpacks. Oh, I see. Wo ist das genau, wenn ich fragen darf? Also ich kenne mich jetzt nicht so gut in Berlin aus. 4 shinies for now. Nice. 3 in your team. Feel free to post any shiny pictures on the Discord. I always like seeing which shinies you get. For a change, it's others getting shinies, not just me. Also, we need less sensitive people in a society who will be slaughtering our animals for meat. I think there can be sensitive people who do that. As in, if I really needed to do the meat stuff, then I would. I mean, meat, okay, it's gory, but the animal is dead already, and cutting into it doesn't really hurt it much. And now it's dead, so you might as well eat or use the meat. Who will be cleaning up our crime scenes? I think that's something I could stomach. Even though I wouldn't want to have a job like that, but I think I could stomach that. Because of my morbid curiosity. Or because I also, like, due to medical curiosity, I guess, I've seen some stuff and at one point you just get desensitized. And with the heart surgery and all that, you'd be surprised, but it's the fact that high IQ psychopaths tend to be surgeons or stuff like that. It's not Berlin in particular, but in a village near it called Luckenwalde. Davon habe ich noch nie was gehört. Luckenwalde, okay. Wo ist das? Moment, ich schaue das mal nach. Luckenwalde. Erstes Mal, dass ich davon höre. Luckenwalde. Okay. Learned about a new place today. Ah, in Brandenburg, I see. Da war ich, glaube ich, noch nie. Hope I have the same luck in Ultra Moon. Yeah, fingers crossed that you get luck. Get shiny luck. And of course, if you have your 3DS hacked with the Pretendo thing, then we can trade. Been very lucky in Platinum. That's really cool. No slaughter, it means killing by hand, although it does not happen much nowadays with factory farming. But that's a good thing. I don't think slitting throats of pigs and all that and then just letting them bleed out is a really humane way of ending them. I much prefer them not knowing that they're gonna meet their demise and then it be done with, like, quickly and painlessly. I think if the apocalypse came and I needed to slaughter animals to survive, I think I'd actually be capable of doing it. Even though I would, of course, not feel good about it, but unfortunately, such is nature. Luckenwald is next to Jüterbock, which is in the news every year for having Germany's biggest forest fire. Oh. Oh, now that you say it, I do remember something like that. Yes, I did order the GBA operator for Sakev, and welcome back to the stream. I hope you're doing well. And I'm very certain that I will love it, absolutely. I can't wait for it. Immediately after the stream, I ordered it. Was just baffled to see my local grocery store on Reddit and YouTube. Well, that's true. That can come up a bit weird. Tips for growing out hair. Waiting. I don't know what else to say. Also keep your hair. I mean, don't just let it grow like weeds. You need to comb it. You need to wash it once a while. Use shampoos that fit your hair type. I think that's where a lot of people go wrong. They use shampoo that's not really fitting for their hair type. If you have curly hair, there's shampoo for that. If you have straight hair like me, there's shampoo for that as well. Was posted yesterday on r/Germany, and so many people reacted on YouTube to it. Thanks, Anna, very informative. Yeah, you know, you just wait, or wait faster, how about that? So I wouldn't be able to slaughter the animal in the apocalypse, but you would be able to do it, yet I'm a man. I mean, that doesn't make me more of a man. I'm really not a man at all. At least I don't see myself as a man in any way, shape or form. I'm very, very cis. But I have a mix of both. What do I use? Oh. Is it oily or is it dry? Your hair. Because if you have dry hair and you use shampoo for oily hair, that's really not good, or vice versa. But yeah, it's just, hair is like, even though it's dead tissue, you do need to kind of look after it, and I mean, believe me, I do get compliments, a lot of compliments of my hair. That's one thing where I won the genetic lottery. But I don't let it just grow. I use shampoos that fit my hair type. And my hair type is thin, but a lot of hair, and very not curly at all, quite the opposite, very straight. But I have to say, it's kind of annoying if your hair is super, how do you say, slippery, or it's just, I can't do a updo or a bun because it just slips out. My hair cannot do that. So do figure out what kind of hair you have and then go from there. Or you have oily hair. I know, you're not saying that I'm a man, but I don't feel manly because of that, is what I'm trying to say. Not at all. I've never felt manly ever. Hair grows differently for every person, true. Mine seems to be more autistic than myself, preferring to grow more in the front than in the back. I have barely any hair in the back, but it just sprouts front. Well, that's interesting. Well, due to me being a woman, my body is not hairy at all. But to be fair, I do have a lot of estrogen, like more than usual. But like my head is just... I have so much freaking hair. Like, hairdressers keep telling me, oh geez, your head is full of hair. My hair's thin and it's straight and curly. I don't know how to describe. Oh, maybe not curly, but wavy. Which wavy hair would not be curly, but it's still classified as straight hair. There's actually hair colors that are more common being curly, and others not so much, which is also very interesting. But you can also use hair like blonde shampoo, as in it doesn't color your hair, it just kind of gives it accentuates your color, which also makes it look really neat. The same thing exists for brown hair and black hair. Usually just some weird mint shower thing because it smells horrendous and I hate it, so it must be good. Mint shower thing, okay. Like, what do you mean exactly? Mint shower thing. Oh, the good old GameCube Animal Crossing. I'm really sad that it's not well known. Also, women are more attracted to less sensitive and more dominating men. I mean, they keep saying that, but honestly, all the women I know say the opposite, me included. Is it really biology? I don't know. Like a guy like Andrew Tate, that would just make me a mermaid. Like, I would keep my legs together, keep them shut, because that is unsexy as hell. But you do have curls. And maybe don't dry them too hot, as in try to let them dry naturally in the air. Or if you do have to dry them, do not use the highest heat setting. Or you can use conditioner depending on the length of your hair. If your hair is like shoulder length or longer, you can use conditioner after using shampoo. You wash and rinse out the shampoo, and then you apply conditioner, let it sink in, or let it do its magic for about 2 minutes. And then you wash that out, and then your hair will be really good. It's a vegan shower gel that put highly concentrated mint and soap in a bottle. Just a little spritz of it makes the bath smell like grandma's uneaten after 8. That's an interesting description there. Think of it, for an ancient woman, how will she provide for a man who is scared of killing animals? I mean, if he's scared of killing animals but the other people aren't in the tribe, then she's still cared for. With a towel. Well, there's another tip. Maybe try drying your hair with a t-shirt made out of cotton that's not as aggressive on the hair. I don't dry my hair, leave it be. And welcome back, Ahmed, as well. Well, I can't do that. My hair is like 80 centimeters long, maybe 90 now. It grows really quickly per month. So that would just be I'd be running around with a wet head for way too long. Sorry about that. Yawn now in full effect. Yeah, I can't afford that, unfortunately. Or I need to put them in a towel first and then wait until the towel has sucked up a bit of the water. But then again, I mean, my hair is really long. And I have a lot of hair. I love to make my hair intentionally messy sometimes because a crow landed on my head once to relax. Oh, that is really neat. It was funny, I want to eventually re-experience that. So my head is constant nest mode. I haven't gotten crows to land on my head yet. I mean, I've befriended them, but they haven't landed on me yet. Lucky I trade you my nail growth for the hair growth. Oh, I have both, but like that's not always a nice thing. Like the toenails growing really quickly, that's very annoying actually. Usually when your hair is when you're a quick hair grower, then you're also a quick nail grower. That's not how it works. For example, men are attracted to nurturing and kind women. Yet theoretically the tribe could take care of the child and not her. No, that is exactly how it works. Back then it wasn't just man, woman and then kids. It was like a whole tribe. And even when there was a man or a woman who lost an eye or an arm or a leg, they would still be cared for. Like we literally found fossils of incapacitated humans like these, and we can safely say that they grew to at least the age of 40 or 50, which means that if they didn't have the tribe with them, they would have died, but that also means that other humans in the tribe were feeling empathy towards that person, making them survive. Your birthday is 33 days away. Next year I'm gonna be 1 billion years old. Not 1 billion years. 1 billion seconds. Billion years. Your hair is weird. I mean, I've never seen a picture of you. I don't think so. Got that rebellious hair. Please, Latios. Be good. Be good and be shiny. I do hope these tips help you with the hair. Talk about what people are attracted to. A man can plan to have no child, but they'd still be attracted to nurturing women with wide hips. That is true, but there's also studies that show that high estrogen women tend to go for the softer men. And you see that with women taking birth control. Only Alex has seen your face. Oh, that's interesting. So you did show your face to one of them. One of the viewers. Right, come on. There's an 8B human if each... There's 8 billion humans. If each human have the other dollar, we all would have $8 billion, 200 IQ. So you're saying I should be looking for high estrogen women? Yeah, maybe. I mean, you might get lucky there. But I'm already taken, so sorry about that. Ah, you have it on WhatsApp. I see. The tips don't lie, they say. Yeah, they don't. They really don't. But then again, there's also individual preferences. Like I used to have an uncle, I mean, as in I used to, he's not alive anymore. But he was really into really thin women. If not anorexic, if you had hips and boobs, he would say, no, that's too much fat. It's just interesting how there's so many preferences. Oh, Thursday is gonna be so busy for me. Traumatized with my hair, scared of going bald. Well, I have to say I do not find baldness ugly in men. Some men really look good with bald heads. I think we should stop shaming men that lose their hair, because it's not like they can control it, you know. Just in general, I think it's mean making fun of something that they can't control. Be it men with balding or something else. Height, for example. If you're like 5'4", well, you can't really change that. if you're fully grown. And I said that countless times before. I wouldn't care if my husband was not as tall as I am. Was not, yeah, less taller, I guess. I mean, he's over 6 feet, but I wouldn't mind. This is the type of dumb takes people say in podcasts. I always say podcasts are for foolish people who act smart. I think Sturgeon's law applies here, which Sturgeon's law, if you're not familiar with that, is a law that states that 90% of everything is really bad. And I think it applies to podcasts as well. There's a lot of crap out there. But I'm pretty certain that I know some podcasts that are good, but yeah, there's a lot of trashy podcasts out there, absolutely. There's some men that are attracted to overweight women. I think it's usually people from poverty. I mean, I think it's a good thing because overweight women who can't help themselves being overweight, they should also have someone who values how they look. Johnny Sins already have the sin, I just need to lose the hair. You like bald, do you realize Andrew Tate is bald? I know, but that doesn't mean that I think Andrew Tate is handsome or anything. I don't mind baldness. I mean, the music that I listen to, the DJs, like almost all of them are bald, or they used to be bald, and I don't think they look bad. And look at Breaking Bad. So many cool men there are completely bald. People always comment that Breaking Bad is the best thing that happened to bald men. Come on, Latios, I know you here. These hips don't lie, you know. If Andrew Tate had kind of opinions, would you say he's handsome? No. I mean, he's definitely not my type. But him being an a-hole is definitely doesn't help the cause. Keep in mind he was also a pro kickboxer. Yeah, so I'm not really. I mean, you don't need to be super buff for me to consider you to be handsome. I prefer things like. I mean, I like diplomats, and I have a thing for men wearing glasses and coming across as academic. Love listening to podcasts when I sleep, usually stuff like The Legend of Avantris, Tom Scott's Lateral, factually, secretly, incredibly fascinating, Dungeons and Daddies. Dungeons and Daddies, What is about to come? Recently found the podcast Dunsparce and Drampa, which is relaxing. Dunsparce and Drampa? What's happening on that podcast? Yeah, I mean sunglasses, but I mean like glasses, as in implying they're nerdy. Sapiosexual, yeah, I think I am. Yeah. Like, if I see a man being really well-spoken, well-educated and smart, that does a thing. And Andrew Tate is just really stupid, and that's just really a put-off. Like, I always said that, you can be the sexiest man alive. If you're an idiot, I'm like, no thanks. I actually want to have a partner who I have deep, meaningful discussions with. I mean, luckily enough, I found such a man. Even though some people say sapiosexual is a joke, I don't think it's a real... Is it a real orientation? Maybe not. Maybe it's more of a preference rather than a orientation. It's a Pokemon D&D session which is in Hoenn, depicting what happens after the Delta episode in Oras. Oh, that's interesting. Do you have a link of that? I might be interested in listening to that. Sounds cute as well. Like a sweet idea. Theoretically, if your husband and Tate switch bodies, don't ask why, would you leave him? No, but I would kind of be devastated though. I mean, that would really suck. Because I like the way my husband looks. Oh, although looks are second grade or third grade, as I said before, character and personality and intelligence is not on your Discord. Okay, hang on. I'll give you the link. The link should be good for a week. There you go. Left temple. Nani? What's with the left temple? And why not the right temple? Am I missing something? I think I'm really missing something. Oh, why do I keep doing that? Pressing right when I don't need to. Now I need to press right. There we go. Talking about a lot about men today while chasing or hunting for the first male legendary Pokemon. That's also an interesting coincidence. Is minoxidil good? I mean, yeah, that is something you can use to stimulate the generation of new follicles. I don't know if you can get it over the counter without a prescription in America. I know you can in Luxembourg and Germany, and I think in France as well. But I'm not certain of America. Just keep in mind that you can have some certain side effects like elevated heart rate. Shiny Latios V2. I'm totally a human, I'm telling you. Oh, it's the Rainbow Road. If you had started a Pokemon journey in real life, which Pokemon would be your starter? If I could pick Piplup. That's just such a good starter. I think it's my favorite starter line. If there are no male Lugias, then how is there a baby Lugia in the anime? I don't think Lugias are supposed to have genders. Isn't it implied that they might reproduce asexually? Or maybe the Lugia is like in the anime is like that lizard, that species of lizard where the female gives clones of herself. There's like a lizard that can procreate without a male being present. Which is very quirky if you think about it. But then again, anime logic is not the same as game logic. My fictional story I want to make sure to make horrifying. There's this season where the main characters are put to sleep to travel in Nightmare Realm to free dead souls that are stuck. Oh, that sounds very interesting. Is that like a nightmare world that's hell, kind of? And I guess the stakes are they risk themselves getting trapped in said nightmare dimension. Latias is not the first female legendary then. I mean, was it... In the anime, was the Lugia, the mother or parent Lugia, was it a female? Or did they even say the gender? I don't really remember that. Or you'd have an Eevee as a starter. I mean, a Latias as a starter, I don't think that would count, right? It's a legendary. But Eevee is a really good pick. You should play XD, Kinox. There you start with an Eevee. Lugias and Ditto, of course. At least my headcanon is that legendaries reproduce asexually. Or maybe that Arceus makes an egg for them. At least that wouldn't be too far-fetched, because we see Arceus making an egg in that Hard Gold Soul Silver cutscene. Wow, live and learn. In that season, those souls are dead physically, but there's a consciousness. They're transformed to the nightmare realm, where they face their nightmares and fear, and planning to make it pure horror. Oh, that sounds very interesting. And Stephen King-esque, if that makes sense. Such an epic theme. I love that game so much. Sonic Adventure 2. I love the penguin myself as well. Top 10 Pokemon for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, recently my husband bought me, he bought me a winter bed linen with penguins on them, and they're really, I mean, I love it. You know what, you should play Pokémon Infinite Fusion. I don't know if you've heard of it, it's very good, please play it. Yeah, I'm taking that into consideration, thank you. But I've never heard of that, I don't know what it is. Ah, his voice is just mwah. Back when Sonic games were good. I mean, to be fair, Colors was pretty good. Eevee is a good pick, let's go, Eevee is your game. Yeah, that too. Except if you don't like the go mechanics, then maybe not. Post a free podcast recommendation in general, thank you. This is just such a kick-ass theme. Wonder if that gets copyrighted. Shouldn't be. Headcanon was there was the population for each legendary. It was just one, but Baby Lugia proved me wrong. Yeah, that's like a everyone thinks that, but I think that's a misconception actually. 2 for Spotify, 1 for YouTube. All right. Back when people cared, yeah. Right, I think this is gonna be the last Latios attempt. And then I think I'm gonna head to bed because I'm trying to stay awake, although the music helps. Because that's just hype. Come on, Latios, don't troll me too much. Watch a woman you don't know on the internet hop on a bike and go in and out of a house for hours. The cool thing about this season is that it's made so that I can make the Nightmare Realm look like a dark, sad, grim world where they go from a hell to a floating cities and houses with monsters. Also, there's a floating city world as well. Have you ever seen the anime movie of Dante's Inferno? I think you should watch that. I think it would give you some inspiration, maybe. Fortunately, German podcasts are too weird for me. Genuinely tried listening to Concrafter's podcast because I used to really like his videos as a kid, but God, he's so unlikable now. Oh no, what did he do? Only German YouTuber that is still good is Cold Mirror. Cold Mirror is like the GOAT of German YouTube. I mean... Ah, there we go. Still watch her after all of these years. And no shiny, unfortunately. Oh well. I'm gonna see that next week, where I'll luckily be able to stream more often. But yeah, as always, thank you so much for being part of the stream. And I hope you will be there tomorrow as well. So until then, have a good one, goodbye, and good night.